If you're anything like me, you want to fast track your journey as a filmmaker. You want to get to a certain place as quick as possible. And people may say there's something wrong with that, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As a DP, you can fast track your learning by literally just going out and shooting, taking on projects that you may not think you're a good fit for, or you may not think you're ready for. But it's all a part of the learning process. You live and you learn. As long as you're not in Hollywood making mistakes like this, you're good. Because I heard in Hollywood, like, you get a bad rep, nobody wants to hire you, you get blackballed, stuff like that. But in this video, I'm gonna be giving y'all some lessons that I've learned from just shooting projects over the past, like 6 years? Yeah, I think I've been shooting films, short films, commercials and stuff like that, documentaries, for 6 years. And I learned so many lessons, but I think there are 3 very important lessons that I'm gonna cover in this video. So y'all just stick around, because number 3 is probably the best that you can take away from today. And I'm gonna be doing this while I'm washing my daughter's bottles. So, lesson number 1, gotta get in there. Yeah. Lesson number 1 is read the script. Read the freaking script. And don't just read it to get through it, but read it for understanding. Because all scripts have a underlying tone to them, an underlying story. And if you can understand that as a DP, I feel like it'll make your job a lot easier. It'll help you be more creative because you already have like a understanding of what the script is saying without saying it. So read the script for sure. And while you're reading the script, take notes. Like whatever shots you see in your head, you should take notes. For example, the last project I just did in Atlanta, while I was reading the script, there was this one part that stood out to me. And it stood out to me because I noticed that it was basically like the heart of the film. Like the person who wrote it also directed it, but in that moment, I felt like they were trying to talk to their target audience. So I wrote down a shot, which was like a POV shot. It's like the only POV shot in the film, but I felt like it was very important because what the writer was saying was specifically for the target audience. So it's just things like that that you can do once you like read the script and understand what it's really saying and who it's really for, who the writer is really talking to. Next, I would say, this is not another step. This is still from read the script. Like once you read the script, like ask the director as many questions as possible so you know like your limitations, one, and you also know, their heart behind it and their vision. Like you have to ask the director questions. You have to know what they want. Just being real with you. So read the script, ask those questions, take notes. And from the script, create a mood board. Like once you read the script, I feel like it should be easier to create a mood board. Like you understand the tone in each setting, in each act of the script. And once you create a mood board, if it's not already created by the director, then that's when the director can see your vision and feel comfortable with you being the DP, because they're like, oh, you understand the script, like you understand like my vision. Not necessarily that you understand their vision, but it's like everything comes from the script. So if you're able to create a mood board that really speaks to the importance of the script, then I feel like you'll get a job based off of that. So it's pretty dope. All right, lesson number 2 would be to, and this is something I've recently learned, is to make sure that your camera choice matches your lighting package. So pick your lighting package first, within the reasonable budget that you have, and then pick your camera based off that. So what happened to me on a couple of films was that, you know, I knew what the budget was and I picked the lighting package according to the budget. And I think there's something that happened between the director and the person who was loaning the camera, well, the camera operator. And I, looking at the lighting package, knew we didn't have that much power. So I automatically knew, like, yo, I need something full frame and I need something with the dual base ISO. So I wanted to go with the Sony FX3, right? And I had a couple of lenses in mind, but I needed something really fast because I knew like our lighting budget wasn't extensive. We had like 3 lights. We had a 1200D, I think a 300X, like an old model of the 300X, and really just some lights that just weren't like, didn't give us the power that we needed. So I knew I needed the FX3. Like I knew I needed something with dual base ISO, and we were shooting outside in the dark with barely any street lights. So looking at the script, looking at the budget, I chose a lighting package that was feasible for the, producer. And we agreed on that, and we agreed on the FX3, but somehow the director got talked into renting a red Epic 8K Helium. Now don't get me wrong, it's a nice camera, very nice camera. And I think sometimes we focus too much on the camera, and I think that's what happened. And the camera operator, of course, was probably more comfortable using his camera, but that was not the right camera for the project. But I didn't want to argue anymore about getting the FX3 and all this stuff. And also we had the Canon FD, and the Canon FDs are not like super fast. They don't have a great close focus range. And for the style that I wanted, those are things I needed. We just didn't have them. So the shot list had to get adjusted and things like that. But you gotta just know like what the camera's capabilities are. And I knew for this shoot that was not a good camera because it's Super 35. It doesn't let a lot of light in, and it takes so much to even get it up and running. Like you turn that camera on, it takes like 45 seconds for it to like really boot up. So that was just like, bro, we did not choose the right package for the right camera package for our lighting. It didn't match our lighting. So, and we were shooting in the dark, so we had no dual base ISO with that red either. So that was another thing. I'm just like, man, this is the wrong camera. But overall, I think we were able to get like an image that is salvageable. So hopefully the editor and colorist can work with that. But I wouldn't have been in that predicament if I really just stuck to what I knew was right, and that was picking the right camera for the job. So you should pick your lighting package and then choose the camera accordingly. If you have an unlimited budget, go ahead and choose whatever camera you want and then match your lighting to that. But if you can only get like 2 or 3 lights, you should probably figure out which camera you need based on the lighting that you're able to get. And step number 3, I would say take charge on set. And I've had to do this a couple of times because, the technical and the creative aspect of being a cinematographer, that's the fun part, right? That's the part we glorify on social media and YouTube, but nobody talks about the being efficient and how it's literally low-key up to you to make the day. Which is why you have to make a shot list that is good, but also effective and efficient. And I think on this last shoot that I was on, I realized I could have taken charge on a lot of the shots that were added and been like, no, we can't do that because that doesn't allow us to be efficient. And then there were times where I'm like, okay, we need to combine 3 shots in order to be efficient. Because yes, like I said, it is your job to be creative and technical, but if you're not efficient, people are not going to want to work with you because you'll be there all day trying to get the shot list done. And also, using the right camera plays a big part into being efficient. If you know you have a lot of shots, you should be using a camera that is easier to use, easier to set up. You should have a crew that is savvy with that camera. You should have a plan on how you're going to get camera up, how quick you can get playback, how quick it takes you to change lenses and things like that. So all of that just plays a factor. And these are lessons that I'm learning and that I'm telling you because I'd rather you hear me out and take what I'm saying to heart than to be in a predicament and, have your confidence shot or, anything like that, even though it is good to learn like that. But if someone else has the knowledge, you might as well just listen to them and do what they say because they've been in that boat before. So yeah, those are the three important lessons that cinematographers should listen to and take to heart. Because I really believe that these 3 lessons that I've had the opportunity to learn can really help you grow as a DP. And it's been helping me grow. So yeah, y'all enjoy your day. I'm almost done washing the bottles. And by the way, I wanted to make this video a little more better. A little more better. I wanted to make this video look better, but I really just don't have the time to sit down and set up lighting, things like that. But I'm showing up by being consistent by posting a video every day, whether that's me talking, whether that's BTS. I have to post something because I have to work this creative muscle. And my last tip for cinematographers would be, you have to get out and shoot. Most of us can get access to small lights and stuff like that, so it would behoove you to continue to practice even when you're in between finding your next gig. So, and some projects that don't pay as much or don't pay at all, you should probably take them if you have the time, because it gives you the chance to add to your reel with basically, what's the word? With no super high expectations from anybody else. So you gotta get out and shoot. Gotta continue to flex that creative muscle and be okay with, messing up sometimes because it's just gonna make you better. And that's what I'm learning. So yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Keep creating.